email to the, yeah, okay.
Did you get Bucket Muppet?
Well, welcome all to our Toastmasters meeting for 11/18. I'm certain we're going to have a wonderful meeting because we're all here ready to do duty. And we filled in for each other so that we've got a complete meeting. And we had 3 speakers, and we still have 3 speakers. And we have 3 evaluators, and we have table topics. So we have a full program today. And also, it's a pleasure to have a Toastmaster from another club who we've had in and evaluated his humorous speech as our Toastmaster today. You've seen Steve Kelly in the role of speaker. Tonight you get to greet our Toastmaster for the evening. Please help me welcome Steve Kelly.
Absolutely disgraceful, yes. I was almost late. I thought I was actually late. I wish Ron was here because I had a little accident on the way here. Not what you think. I'm remodeling a bathroom, went to buy some parts on the way. They painted the front of the counter. Let's change clothes.
Did you hang a wet paint sign?
Yeah. So we go straight to the speakers of this club. So I've got to look at my little cheat sheet for David. So I've got fully mixed. No, take that back. It's now Hoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my cheat sheet for Hoon. Right?
Cheat sheet, yes, you have Hoon cheat sheet, the long cheat sheet. But before that, would you, this theme is about back to from the battlefield. Would you brief us a little bit about your experience?
Yeah. I don't know whether to give you, I've got a whole list of things, but you've got to watch the time, I'm sure.
Oh.
Okay, if you go into district level in a speech competition, it really is a lot of fun. Because it's very different from any other level. And I'd like to do it again, and I think next time I can do a better job. A couple of don'ts. Don't assume the microphone will catch all you say. Because I just spoke in a lower voice, and I was encouraging myself to walk to that hot springs, thinking that Mike would catch it up, and I was saying, come on, Steve, come on, you can do it, walk. But it just was a jumble. So watch for the microphone. Careful about ad-libbing. The room was set up with a stage here and lots of chairs for 100 and something people. So all the contestants got beforehand to sort of practice and move around. All of a sudden, they opened all these other doors up, all shot away in this hotel. There's about 1 billion people over there now. So I sort of said, Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmaster, and I'm a guest, and I did this. Meaning, you know, wow, this is big, it's a long way away, but I think people could have taken offense to that because I'm now saying, I'm a guest, and I'm looking like this.
Where are they?
So you've got to be darn careful. I got to be careful. Don't upset people with the content. I noticed, because I talked about taking my clothes off, and there were a lot of other people and going into a hot spring. I saw some people stony-faced, and they appeared to be long-standing members. They had things around their neck with little gold things. A lot of older people there as well, and a lot of longer-established senior Toastmasters, and I think some of them might have been offended. So that was a difficult one, because I didn't notice, on the other levels, I didn't notice anything like that.
Maybe because they dress up so beautiful.
Well, people are very smart, there's no doubt. So that's the content. Don't upset yourself.
Oh.
I felt we were the entertainment for the evening, because we were wheeled out, we did our speeches, right, all go. Don't know who won. In fact, we didn't get to find out who won until the end of the dinner that evening. I got an email from one of the people running the event saying, hey, some of you people have not registered for the convention. Don't you want to know whether you won or not? So I figured it out. There was more in there, so I figured it out that what they expected us to do was to register for the convention, $45. I wasn't going to the convention. The person also said, you know, if you'd have signed up earlier, you could have got the early bird rate. Well, I wasn't going. Anyway, and my wife was going, and she suffered through me being away many evenings and so on doing this. And it turned out she was not allowed to go to the speech competition. Unless, and we weren't allowed to find out who won, unless we paid $45 each to register for this convention. We started Friday afternoon, we arrived about 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and have a meal, $45 each. And my wife was, I thought she was taking special food with us, she's gone on this strict diet. So we're back to, it cost $180 just for a meal, and I don't like hotel food. I don't like buffets, but there's well-dressed people trying to help out the way if you get to the food before somebody else, etc. And Ed, bless his heart, our area governor, he blessed them. He said, well, you better plan to buy meals for all the contestants in the future, 8 contestants. So try not get involved in any of that hassle. Just forget any of this stuff. Just go. That's it. Don't get hung up on the rules. Like these petty rules, because everyone else ignore them. And people just pile in, listen to the speeches coming up to Steve, who won the etc., etc. Also, the rules of originality. I suspect there was not a lot of originality in speeches. There was 4 young men, 3 of them, they're second, third. There was 2 old guys. You find it hard to believe, but I was one of them. And the other one was Jay. His speech was, he's very good, was a string of one-liners. You're not supposed to do a presentation like a comedian. And he's won in the past. Now, I don't know whether he spoke like that in the past. So if you're going to enter, don't worry about it. Don't worry about any of these things. Just go there. Be concerned about nudity in a hot spring. I think it may have been a problem. And certainly don't get fighting with anyone. And don't keep making changes to your speeches. I did. I took some from here and I changed things from here. But things I planned to do, really hadn't practiced. I'm disemboweling this bathroom, etc. on the side, and I'm losing my job on the side, and getting retired, and lots of other things. So be careful about making the changes. Though I did pick up a lot of good things. And I wish Ron was here, because his suggestion that I say that the hot spring was 7 buttocks long, and I said 5 bums wide. That brought the house down. It was a lovely long run. So I did get a lot of good things in the different places I went to. Make good eye contact, you told me, I didn't. Good enunciation is obviously always important, particularly if you've got a funny accent. Practice with that microphone, whatever you do. Find some friendly faces. And that's ideal if we had people that lived around that area from our area. Say it was in Greensboro, Rollerson, you could actually pack the place with friendly faces. Speak to them, and that would be good. No more. I've said enough.
Thank you.
But it's fun. I want to do it again. Okay. I tried to get some Korean jokes. But they weren't very nice. And most of them had, in the joke line, in the lines, had words that were obviously Korean. So I don't know what I'd have been saying here, so I'm not going to give you a Korean joke. We're going to have a Chinese one. Okay, hung is